And it became the talking point. Because it used to be talked about like the top percent.
Right.
Several percent, 5%, whatever it is. But then when it became the 1%ers, the 99%ers, then it became a really thing.
Yeah.
Where everybody was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's David Graeber, I think, is the one that got credit for coming out with that. And
yeah, that becomes a viral idea, and people start discussing it. Do you know that 99% of the people in this country don't own, 1% owns 50% of the wealth, or whatever the fuck it is? And you're like, what?
But it's actually 300 people own 45% of the wealth.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Those guys are ballers.
Yeah.
They win. I think that what's interesting about this, I have a very optimistic view of the human race. I think ultimately people want to live a life that's harmonious and happy. I think if that's true with you, and that's true with me, and that's true with pretty much everybody that I know, it's got to be true with all people. So it's a matter of spreading that idea through the population as quickly as possible to as many people as possible, and let them understand that the way that we've been living our lives for decades and generation after generation is just the momentum of an ignorant past. It doesn't have to be that way anymore. And it doesn't mean that you can't have government, and it doesn't mean that you can't have corporations, and it doesn't mean that you can't have people who have more wealth than other people. It just means everything should be done fairly. And if you guys are putting laws into place that allow you to fuck people over, allow you to move your factories to Mexico and have people work for pennies in the dollar, there's a lot of shit that you're being allowed to do as far as like polluting the environment that shouldn't be kosher. And there should be a way to resolve that. And the way to resolve that is not you spend money to change the law to make it legal for you to do something that's horrible. What should be is figure out what the fuck you can do to make sure that you don't pollute the environment, structure your law so that you don't rip people off, figure out a way to make it so that you're not in control of a giant chunk of this river that your factories buy, the pollution that leaks into it. Figure out how to make it so that you're not poisoning the wells of people in town because you're fracking and you're pulling natural gas out of the ground and destroy these people's wells. Figure out how to do it without doing that. And if you can't do it, don't do it. Just don't do anything where you put money in front of humanity. It seems to me like we can still have competition. It seems to me we can still have capitalism. It just needs to be a moral capitalism, an ethical capitalism, where humanity and people, and just caring about people and realizing we're not going to be here forever. It's a fairly short ride. Just be fucking nice to people. And all the money that you make being an asshole and putting people out of work, you're not going to appreciate that money. Most likely, if you're in a position to put a bunch of people out of work and make a fuckload of money and fuck someone over, you probably already have a lot of money. You're already in a sweet spot. You're in some weird position of influence. But enjoy what you got, you fucking stranger. You weird person trying to pollute the river. You weird asshole who doesn't care about polluting someone's wells. You should be devastated if that happens. You should stop operations. But no, because they know they can pull billions of dollars worth of natural resources out of the ground by still continuing these practices. They don't even consider not doing it. They just do it. They just keep doing it, and they find ways to do it where it harms less or it has less of an environmental impact, allegedly. I don't even know what the numbers are, but the raw data shows that they fucked up a lot of areas doing this stuff. But no one's talking about stopping doing it. They're just going for it.
But see, you've hit the nail on the head.